Have you ever felt like you were holding on to something too tightly? Maybe it's a past mistake, a grudge, or the desire to control an outcome. We all do it. But what if I told you that the key to true inner freedom lies in learning how to let go? Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about releasing what you can't control and, in the process, freeing yourself from unnecessary suffering. In this video, we'll explore how the Stoic philosophy teaches us to let go and, by doing so, find inner peace and strength. To let go, to truly let go, is one of the most profound challenges we face. But why? Why is releasing control, accepting uncertainty, and embracing the unknown so difficult for us as human beings? Perhaps it's because we associate control with safety. If we can control an outcome, we think we can prevent failure, avoid pain, or maintain happiness. But this illusion of control is exactly what the Stoics warned us against. They taught that clinging too tightly leads to suffering. Epictetus, one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, famously said, "Some things are in our control and others are not." It sounds simple, yet it's the foundation of inner peace. But how often do we truly apply it to our lives? Think about your own life for a moment. How much of your energy is spent trying to control things outside of your influence? The weather, other people's actions, the opinions of others, your past. It's exhausting, isn't it? Perhaps you've had sleepless nights replaying scenarios in your mind, thinking, "What if?" Or, "I should have said this." You may be familiar with the feeling of attachment to outcomes that refuse to go the way you planned. Maybe you're holding on to a past version of yourself, or even clinging to the fear of an uncertain future. Here's the thing. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean you stop caring or abandon all effort. Instead, it's about recognizing where your power lies and where it doesn't. To let go is to reclaim your peace of mind. It's about releasing the weight of what you can't change and focusing on what you can. Your thoughts, your reactions, your mindset. Throughout the ages, people have misunderstood the concept of letting go. It's not an act of weakness, but one of the greatest strengths you can cultivate. It's the ability to release your grip on things you cannot control, freeing yourself from the emotional turbulence that follows attachment. The Stoics lived in a time of great political and personal uncertainty, yet they achieved profound peace of mind by adhering to this principle of control. For Epictetus, a former slave who rose to be one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, control meant understanding that while he could not change his external circumstances, he had total authority over his inner world. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, faced war, disease, and betrayal. Yet, in his private writings, what we now call the Meditations, he consistently reminds himself to focus on what he can control: his reactions, his thoughts, and his actions, regardless of the external chaos. And today, in our own chaotic world, this principle still holds. Whether you're navigating complex relationships, career pressures, or personal hardships, the key lies in learning what to hold on to and what to release. The emotional struggle of letting go. Of course, letting go is easier said than done. For most of us, the emotional aspect is what makes letting go feel almost impossible. Maybe it's an attachment to a relationship that's ended, or the fear of letting go of a career path that no longer fulfills you. Perhaps it's the guilt of past mistakes that weighs heavily on your heart. The first step is acknowledging these emotions. It's okay to feel sadness, regret, or fear. These emotions are part of the human experience, and suppressing them only makes the attachment stronger. Once you acknowledge how you feel, you can begin to loosen your grip. You can start to trust that even without controlling every outcome, life will still move forward, and you will be okay. So, what does it mean to let go, according to the Stoics? It means relinquishing your need to control the uncontrollable while mastering your internal world, your thoughts, your reactions, your values. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools and insights to begin practicing the art of letting go in your own life. You'll see that freedom, peace, and strength don't come from controlling everything around you. They come from knowing when to release what you can't hold on to, and trusting in your ability to handle whatever comes next. Are you ready to take the first step toward inner freedom? Let's explore the Stoic secrets to letting go. Why is it so hard to let go? It comes down to several deeply ingrained human tendencies. The first, and perhaps the most obvious, is fear. Fear of uncertainty, fear of failure, and fear of loss. Fear of uncertainty. Let's start with uncertainty, the great unknown. As humans, we crave certainty. We want to know what will happen next, how our choices will turn out, and whether or not we'll be safe. But here's the paradox. The future is always uncertain, no matter how much we try to predict or control it. Epictetus once said, "It's not things that disturb us, but our judgment about things." In other words, it's not the uncertainty itself that causes us stress, it's our reaction to it. But the Stoics taught us that while the future is outside our control, our present moment isn't. When we shift our focus to what we can influence, our mindset, our actions, our reactions, we reduce the anxiety tied to uncertainty. By letting go of the need to know exactly what will happen next, we free ourselves to live in the present, where our true power lies. Fear of failure and mistakes. Next comes the fear of failure. For many, the idea of letting go feels like giving up. It feels like admitting defeat or leaving yourself vulnerable to mistakes. But failure is not the enemy. Attachment to perfection is. The Stoics believed that mistakes are inevitable, but they are also opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminds us that it's not the mistakes that define us, but how we respond to them. When we're too attached to avoiding failure, we miss out on the lessons it offers. Letting go means accepting the possibility of failure, but not letting it paralyze you. It's understanding that every mistake is a step on the path to mastery. Emotional attachments. But perhaps the most difficult form of attachment to release is emotional attachment, whether to people, to memories, or to past versions of ourselves. Emotions are powerful forces. They drive us, shape us, and sometimes they hold us captive. It's natural to feel attached to the people we love, the experiences we treasure, or the identity we've built over the years. But emotional attachment can also create suffering when we refuse to let go of what no longer serves us. Seneca, the great Stoic thinker, wrote about the inevitability of loss and the importance of preparing ourselves for it. He reminds us that everything in life is borrowed. Nothing is truly ours to keep forever. And when the time comes to let go, we must do so with grace and acceptance. Letting go of emotional attachment doesn't mean forgetting or denying our feelings. It means accepting them, experiencing them fully, and then releasing them so they no longer hold power over us. So why is letting go so difficult? It's because we fear the unknown. We fear failure. We fear losing the things and people we hold dear. These fears are rooted in our attachment to control, our desire to shape the world exactly as we want it. But the Stoics knew that true freedom doesn't come from controlling everything. It comes from understanding what we can't control and releasing our grip on it. This is the art of letting go. Now that we've explored the challenges of letting go, let's dive deeper into how we can begin to practice this art in our daily lives. So, how do we begin the process of letting go? According to the Stoics, the first step is to deeply understand what lies within our control and what lies outside of it. The Stoics believed that clinging to things outside our control is a recipe for suffering, while focusing on what is within our control leads to peace and resilience. Differentiating between what we can and cannot control. Epictetus, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, famously said, "Some things are up to us, and some things are not." This statement forms the backbone of Stoicism's approach to control. Let's break it down further. The inner circle, the realm of control, includes our decisions, our values, and how we choose to respond to life's challenges. The outer circle, the realm outside our control, includes things like our past, other people's behavior, and even our reputation. To start letting go, focus on mastering your inner circle. Instead of worrying about how others will react or the outcome of a situation, concentrate on doing your best and staying true to your principles. This shift in perspective is key to achieving inner freedom. Practicing amor fati, loving fate. One of the most profound teachings in Stoicism is amor fati, or the love of fate. This practice is about embracing everything that happens to us, even the hardships, as necessary parts of our journey. Rather than resisting or resenting what happens, we learn to accept and even love it. The idea is not to passively accept injustice or pain, but to recognize that every experience, good or bad, has something to teach us. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." When we learn to love our fate, we release our attachment to how we think life should be. This allows us to face whatever life throws our way with grace and strength. Letting go of the ego. Another important aspect of letting go is learning to let go of our ego, our attachment to how others perceive us, and our need to constantly prove ourselves. The ego thrives on comparison and external validation, but these are fleeting and outside our control. Seneca, another great Stoic thinker, reminds us that he who is brave is free. True freedom comes from not being enslaved by the need to impress others or to be seen a certain way. By letting go of the ego, we become free to live authentically, without the constant pressure to meet external expectations. This, in turn, allows us to focus on what really matters: our character, our actions, and our peace of mind. The power of memento mori, remembering our mortality. The Stoics also believed that letting go of attachments becomes easier when we fully embrace the reality of our mortality. This is where the concept of memento mori, or remember that you must die, comes into play. Memento mori is not meant to be morbid. Instead, it serves as a reminder that our time is limited and we should use it wisely. By reflecting on our mortality, we can put things in perspective and let go of trivial worries and fears. When we realize that life is temporary, we stop clinging to things that don't truly matter and start focusing on what does: our relationships, our values, and the impact we leave behind. At the heart of Stoicism lies a profound truth. Freedom comes not from controlling the world around us, but from mastering the world within us. This is the turning point in the journey of letting go. The moment when you realize that true power lies in releasing attachments to external outcomes, possessions, and even the opinions of others. Embracing inner freedom. The moment of inner freedom dawns when you finally accept that you cannot control everything around you. Imagine standing on the shore of an ocean, watching the waves roll in. You cannot control the waves, but you can control your response. You can either fight them or learn to ride them. This is what the Stoics mean by letting go. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about choosing where to place your energy. By releasing what is outside your control, you unlock an immense reservoir of strength and resilience that you can apply to what is within your control: your actions, your mindset, and your character. The liberating power of detachment. Detachment does not mean you stop caring, it means you stop clinging. It's the ability to hold things lightly, knowing that nothing external can define your happiness or peace. Once you embrace this idea, you experience a profound sense of liberation. You become less anxious about the future, less haunted by the past, and more present in the now. The beauty of Stoicism is that it teaches us how to live with full engagement and passion, but without fear of loss. When you let go of the need to control or possess, you become free to fully appreciate the present moment. Stepping into the present moment. Living in the present moment is a core practice of Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Confine yourself to the present. The past is gone, the future is uncertain, and all we truly have is the now. This is where life happens. This is where peace resides." When you master the art of letting go, you step into the present with clarity and confidence. You are no longer burdened by regrets about the past or fears about the future. You are free to act with intention, wisdom, and calm assurance. As we come to the end of this journey, let's take a moment to reflect on the powerful lessons Stoicism teaches us about letting go. At its core, Stoicism reminds us that peace of mind and inner freedom don't come from controlling the world around us, but from mastering ourselves. We've explored the importance of recognizing what is within our control and what is not, learning to focus our energy on what truly matters, our actions, our character, and our responses to life's challenges. We've looked at the liberating power of amor fati, the love of fate, and how embracing life's uncertainties can lead to a deeper sense of acceptance. The ultimate lesson of letting go. The ultimate lesson of letting go is that it frees us to live in the present moment. When we release our grip on what we cannot control, we open ourselves up to the richness of life as it unfolds. We can act with purpose and integrity, knowing that our true power lies within us. The Stoics teach us that while we cannot control the outcome of our actions, we can control the effort we put into them. This shift in focus is the essence of Stoic wisdom. It allows us to live without fear, regret, or anxiety, fully grounded in the present and capable of facing whatever comes our way. Final thought: the power of acceptance. Ultimately, letting go is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. It is the realization that life is constantly changing, and the only constant is our ability to respond with grace, wisdom, and courage. By letting go of what does not serve us, whether it's past mistakes, future worries, or the need for control, we allow ourselves to fully experience life's beauty and depth. Remember, letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means freeing yourself from unnecessary burdens so you can live with clarity, purpose, and resilience. This is the secret to inner freedom, and it's a lesson we can carry with us in every aspect of our lives. Now that you've explored the power of letting go and discovered Stoicism's path to inner freedom, it's time to take the next step. Applying these teachings in your daily life will transform how you handle challenges, setbacks, and uncertainties. Applying Stoic wisdom today. Start small. Reflect on one thing in your life that's beyond your control, something that's been causing stress or anxiety. Practice letting go, shifting your focus to what you can control: your attitude, your actions, and your perspective. With time, you'll find a sense of peace and clarity that allows you to move forward with confidence. If you found value in this video, don't stop here. Subscribe to the channel and join a growing community of like-minded individuals on a journey toward inner strength and personal freedom. By subscribing, you'll get access to more Stoic insights, practical exercises, and deep discussions that can help you lead a more meaningful, resilient life. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you experienced a moment of letting go that changed your perspective? Or are you currently struggling with something you need to release? Share your story in the comments below, and let's learn from each other. And if this message resonated with you, give the video a like. Your engagement helps this community grow and reach others who may need these teachings. Remember, inner freedom is within your grasp. With each step you take toward letting go, you come closer to living with the strength, calm, and clarity that Stoicism offers. Until next time, continue on your journey with resilience, wisdom, and an open heart.